put you up here. So our guest today is Tom Brunner, who's from Verona, and he has a very interesting hobby, which I think will play into some people's experiences in this room, art specifically, classic farm equipment, implements, tractors. And when I called Tom, I got his name from my old ag teacher, who I said, who'd be a good person to talk about farm history? He gave me a list, and Tom Brunner was on there. So I called Tom and said, what do you think about presenting our meeting? And the first thing he said was, well, I usually just show my toys. I don't usually like to talk too much. I was like, okay, well, we'll start with a 20-minute interview. So before we go, do you want to have a seat? Or I just figured what we could do is I have some questions so we can get to know Tom a little bit. And then he's got this remarkable collection. And I can attest to this. Tom has two like covered van truck things, huge like delivery trucks full of these toys he's done. I got to see them with my kids this weekend. And I took some pictures of ones that he didn't bring, and we're going to kind of go over a few of those. And this is a small sampling. How many pieces do you think you have, Tom? Here, you can have this.
Oh, probably about 200.
200?
Haven't counted for a while.
Okay. So here, I'll use this microphone. And let's see. Get this right. I was a ComArts student in college, and I actually had a part of my class on putting labs on people. Yeah, I mess it up every time. Is it working? Can you hear me at all? Is it coming through the thing? Be a little louder? Okay. It's been actually, I might just hold it like this, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Tom, where are you from? Where'd you grow up? Oh, here's the mic.
Up at Pine Bluff.
Oh, and when did you come to Verona?
71. 71.
What brought you here?
Farm out there.
Was that?
A lot of farm out there.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, here, actually, can you hold it right?
Okay.
There you go. Because there you go. It helps for the camera too. For the
Okay.
team. So you bought a farm in 1971 and came out to Verona? Just kind of felt like I want to get into farming.
Well, wanted to get out town.
What
I
were
lived in
you?
Madison after I got married for a few years. Then moved out here.
Yeah. Verona's way better than Madison. It was a good call.
More elbow room.
Had you been farming before that, or did you come from a farm
I
family?
raised on a farm.
Okay. Was it a dairy or a meat? Or
Dairy, hog, poultry, sheep.
and did you have a lot of farm toys when you were young? I assume.
No, some.
Right. So what made you want to get into this hobby? Like, how did it start?
Well, it started when Ron had his first farm toy show.
Okay.
That's been about 30 years ago. First I heard about them. Started collecting kids' pillow tractors, then I made a few implements. And my boys were doing a little bit, they got out of it, and I went hog wild.
What was the first thing you made for that show?
I think it was a bale elevator, or this probably, or plow, one or the other.
So was it going to be just a one-time thing? You were just going to make toys for that?
No, I didn't make it for hobby, I had to show them there, but we started collecting the kids' pillow tractors first, because that one year we had over 50 different pillow tractors on display.
Is that pillow tractor? What is that?
The kids' pillow tractors.
Oh, like a
A tractor that kids pedal.
pedal tractor. Gotcha. Okay. Do you have any of those with you? 'Cause-
No, I didn't bring any of them along.
So how long does it take to make one of these?
I don't keep track of the hours.
You don't?
No, I don't keep track of them.
So that means a lot.
It's a lot of hours in them.
What do you think, like the one that you spent the most time on? Would you say like 100 hours, like 200 hours, or?
It's like that, yeah.
Okay. What's the hardest thing about making these tractors? Or these implements, rather?
Try to get all the measurements.
And how do you get the measurements, by the way?
Most of the time, I like to have a real one there to measure,
Okay.
or we'll measure one.
So have you had to acquire the real versions of all of these before you make them?
Not all of them, but a lot of them I did. Not that the Gale tractor, there ain't none of them around.
So do you have like a matching of these, do you keep them after you make the toys of them?
It's not, most time, no, and a lot of times they're not worth much anyway, not very good shape.
So they're not perfect working? when you- Okay. How often, so I know I did some research and I found out you go to a lot of shows, it seems like.
A few.
How many do you do in a year?
Well, the Golden Toy Show is what I bring the most out for. The area I covered there is 20 feet wide, 40 feet long.
And how many, you show all 200?
That's all, that maybe half.
Okay. And do you have people who come up to you and say like, hey, I used to ride one of these or drive?
All different ones that had run that machine.
Yeah.
Real common.
Art, have you run any of these over here?
Yeah.
Which ones?
Well, I run a hay mower.
Oh, the hay mower, Art says.
Yeah, the hay mower. I've done some of the silo filling. I never planted corn.
Some of the silo fillings
But I
and.
moved the wires for checking corn. I never planted.
Well, that's more than I can lay claim
You
to.
probably use the brush better too.
Using the mixed fertilizer.
I can imagine what that does from the name.
Into the wind.
Art's tip: manure spread into the wind. Do you ever make them to sell them, or is it all just a hobby where you do it?
I made a few already, but generally I didn't make for myself. There's a lot of hours in it.
Okay. And what? So I met your wife this weekend. What does she think of your hobby?
You know where I'm at usually.
Do you make these like on the kitchen table, or?
I put a few together in the house.
So what is the? I know you've got a lot of older kind of historic ones. What's like the oldest one you have represented in your toy collection? Have you made any from the 1800s, or are they all from early 1900s?
I suppose some wagon plows would be the late 1800s.
Would that be-
Owen Johnston walking plow back at that age.
Is that one that you have to like walk and push, or?
No, you, of course, you pull it and you walk behind it.
Okay. Art, did you use that one? No, not that one. Not early, late 1800s.
The hay mower.
Have you ever been hired or commissioned to make a specific one? Like, have you helped? Because I saw you had an Ellis one in your collection.
No, somebody said I should have brought it.
What's the story behind that Ellis one that you made?
Well, just an Ellis one roll full type tent planter. I had a real one there.
So I was surprised that when we were looking at them, you hit a switch and some of them came alive. Are a lot of them motorized, or is that something that you only do for a couple of them?
It depends on what it is. They use a cordless drill at the moment.
Oh, cordless drill? And what pieces are you working on right now? So if we were to look on your workbench, what do we see?
Right now, I'm just starting on I started a couple of them, an Ellis Chalmers mounted corn picker.
Okay.
I'm working on the tractor right now, first getting ready for it. But,
And how did you pick that one to make? Is that just something you saw?
no, I've been wanting to do it, but I tried to find a model of it, but Labor Day weekend, I was down in Edmonton showing my John Deere toys down there, which they're featuring, and next year, the Ellis Chalmers down there. And they had a picker down there, like the one I wanted, so I took a lot of pictures and a lot of measurements.
What's your next show, by the way, that you're going to be at, so we know? Do you have anything coming up?
Yeah, this weekend down at Richfield.
Richfield, what, is it a specific show, or
It's
just?
more of a small steaming show.
Okay. Well, here, I took some pictures of some of these, and the first thing Tom showed me, I hope you guys can see this in the back, when we showed up, was this picture here. Hopefully I'm not in the way. And the bottom it says, 1911, this 1/5 scale Oliver plow is identical to the one on the bottom of the 50 bottom Oliver plows in the picture above. So, oh, you've got one of them here. And so this is a picture that Tom took. It says 2015 on the top, and then this is some historic event here on the bottom. Can you tell us what this was on the bottom in 1911?
In 1911, Rumley took 3 of the big oil pulls, hooked to a 50 bottom Oliver plow at Purdue University, Indiana. They plowed 60 feet wide at one time back in 1911. It worked, it wasn't practical because it's fun turning it around. But in 2003 was the 150th anniversary of Rumley. Several places reenacted that pull. They did it, but they said it was fun turning around. Rolog, I did a video at Rolog when they did it, but they used John Deere plows instead of Oliver plows. And I seen the guy a couple years ago, I asked, how come didn't you use Oliver plows instead of John Deere? He said, if you find me enough Oliver plows, I will.
So if your farmland is 60 feet wide and just miles long, you're fine. But if you have to,
But you gotta turn around, but if you want to be practical, split that in 3 pieces.
well, so how did you get? Did they ask you to build the reproduction, or did you just do that?
No, I just did it, because I take up the Baraboo, they see them in the show, whatever they're featuring, and they're featuring Rumley that year.
Mhm.
That was the biggest project I did one year.
Wow.
My wife said that's too much for 1 year.
And what happened to the other 49 of these?
No, that's an extra one. There's 50 on there, and I got a few extra. I have a few extra parts.
Oh, did you bring those tonight?
The 50?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, okay.
That's over 16 feet wide, spread out, all alone.
And I know you said you don't time, but I just need to know, how long do you think one of these took? This had to be hours, right?
It took a while. I had some parts made, but got some part laser cut, but you know, that's it. I put a few of them together in the house.
Do you have welding equipment and stuff in your house that you used to do that?
No, well, it's assembling. I didn't know how many bolts were in there, but I remember right now, but there are a lot of bolts in it.
I bet. So here is one. There's Art, by the way. Now this one, I had to put this picture up here on the Epic Tour in March. John, Volker, and Art made fun of me for not knowing what this thing was. I'd been walking by for a year, and he said, "What do you think it is?" I said, "Well, it cuts something." And he said, "Oh, I used to use this to cut, was it grass? You cut hay. Okay, well, you could cut grass. Isn't hay just grass, but yellow? I don't know."
Did you ever try to cut grass with them? They don't work too good in grass.
They don't-
They pluck up too easy.
So I saw, right away, I saw these, and I thought of the thing Art was sitting on. They look, is that the same thing he's on here? It is. Now, what do you call that?
Hit more.
Just a hay mower?
Sickle hay mower.
Art, I feel like you should take over the interview at this point, because I'm only going to embarrass myself further. It's going to get worse and worse. So that's a hay mower. What years do you think these are representing?
Probably in 30s, early 40s.
And would that be back when they were pulled by horses? Or?
Oh yeah, they were horses.
Okay, but you did them on a tractor at some point.
Yeah,
You
but
do horses too?
yeah, but the later one, a lot of tongues got cut off, and they hooked tractors on them. Their tractors came out.
Oh, okay.
The one I got, they put another bar on, so it could be pulled by a tractor.
Oh, so they cheated. Oh. So we saw this one too, and we had Ellis here, I think it was in January or December, and they talked about their history of building planters. And yeah, so I spotted this right away. What year would this represent, do you think?
What year was it?
How would I know? I'm too young.
It was before I started at Alice. I've been there 17 years.
You've been working at Ellis for 17 years. Okay, machining, I assume, or?
Okay, then working this and that and everything.
Okay.
He can design anything.
You can design anything? Well, I think we see the proof right here.
Yeah.
So, what is this one here? This one is, and you don't see, I didn't get our hands next to it for scale, but this thing is actually probably 3, 4 feet long, about 1.5 feet tall.
It's Nancy Harris self-propelled corn picker, 2-row corn picker self-propelled. And that runs the, got a quarter drill in there, run corn through it.
Yeah, actually, that surprised my kids and me when it flipped on because it came to life and started throwing corn around. Is this, when you say self-propelled, would someone sit on this and?
There on the left seat.
Oh, yeah, there's a seat there. And what about, this Alice Chalmers is a brand I recognize.
Yeah, that loader for Alice had the, Alice Chalmers had the little round bale that the loader that they had made to load them with.
So you would put the bales of hay on there and it would load it up into a silo or into a tractor?
Wagon.
A wagon, okay.
I'll put it out in the field.
This one's, yeah, I'm gonna, or you should be doing this part, I'm gonna embarrass myself. This goes on TV too, now I'm just thinking, oh God. Okay, I gotta watch out what I say. Okay, so this is another monstrous one that's very shiny and very red. What is this piece of equipment?
Same one you looked at the corn picker on the front end.
Is this- We're gonna edit that one out, right? Okay. Now, this one, I know you're proud of because while we were looking around, you took all these pieces out and put this together. So I assume this is a very special one for you.
No, I just throw it in the box.
Okay, what is this?
Hammer mill. No, your hammer mill for grinding feet.
So this would be motorized in the bottom?
Yeah, that's, I got it. Hook up to the tractor, run it. Hook up to the tractor, run it. It's belt drive.
Well, now, what year would this be, would this been used?
That would probably be 50s,
1950s?
in the 50s probably.
So with this, you just bag one at a time and take the bags off and,
One back and forth, you fill one, you flip it, fill the other one. Somebody keeps shoveling it in, somebody keeps taking the bags off.
where did you find a model of this that you could move to your house to measure? Where
No,
did you-
well, I got this one out in the barn like that, yeah.
You have a full-size one of these?
Mhm.
Okay, field trip.
Now the barn falling down.
Field trip real soon. Wear helmets. So what is this one right here?
That's Oliver, they call it a two-way plow.
Okay.
It's designed to throw the dirt uphill on the hillside all the time. so you don't plow down and bring it dirt down.
Uh-huh.
You want to throw it uphill every time. You go around, turn around, right back where you were, drop the other one.
Because most plows just push everything to one side, right?
Mm-hmm.
So here you might want that for going up a hill.
You plow on the side of the hill, instead of throwing down, you throw it uphill.
Okay.
So it's open down.
Oh, great. So this one here you actually have here, I just love the detail on the little milk jugs. Can I guess what this is? Is this a cart for transporting milk?
Yeah.
Nailed it. And and I assume I don't see a mount for a horse or a tractor, so this would be a
Hand operated.
hand operated. Great.
They didn't use them to take it to the road when you had to pick up milk, some did, or some just haul it around the farm.
Because I know trucks would come and pick up the milk
Yeah.
in the morning. Was this be how you would get them to the trucks, or?
Well, it depends on how close you get or where your water tank was compared to the barn.
Because the water tank would keep it cold. Okay, in your milk house.
It depends on what you had back years ago. If you had a creek by, you may use that.
Any question, or? Oh, okay. Well, if you guys have questions, please. I'm trying, Ruth. If anyone has questions, please just yell them out. And then, so this one you brought with, I believe, which is, this is a little bit of an engineering feat.
Yeah, that's,
It's the one with the,
yeah, that ain't the same one, but that's the 9 bar, that's the one, 6 bar, the new idea.
no, actually, before you say what it is, I want to make this a game. Who knows what this piece of equipment is? Anyone other than Art? Oh, what's that? It's a hay loader. Right. And how does it load the hay? It looks just like a big pair of jaws. Oh, he's gonna bring it over? Oh. Oh, here. Put this down so we can see. Here you go. So what would drag that back? Would you horses, a tractor?
You hook in the back of your wagon, the horse is pulling the wagon.
Okay. It would just kind of work it up. So Tom had shown me this, we saw this one in his truck, this kind of bent piece of metal here, which he said was pretty difficult to make.
It was hard until I figured out the crank that run that. The 6 bar like that one wasn't bad.
Okay.
The 9 bar was interesting to do.
Yeah, and how did you do that? That one continuous space there?
They took a plate and found find center and the 3 even spots I wanted for it. Made 2 plates, put them apart, put 4 rods in them, and welded between and cut out what I didn't need.
So this is actually kind of 3 rods.
There were 4
parallel
rods.
for it.
Because you one in the center, and then you got the 3 around there. So you weld them and you cut out more than I used.
It makes you wonder how they did this for real, that one.
Real, they would have bent it.
Okay. And where did you find the life-size one of this you could study and
I think I got one tomorrow. Yeah, I got one like that.
Okay, all right, well, now I really want to go there. This is a cute little one. This one's probably only the size of a softball. I know it's a saw, but what's its official name?
But this buzzsaw, or a lot of them call it. That one's designed to go on the back of a Ford tractor or a 3-foot hookup.
Okay. So would it take off of the PTO on the tractor to make it work?
No, the old tractors like that had a belt put on the back of the tractor too.
Oh, okay, so the belt would go to this end.
Go to that.
Art, you had one of these? You had one? Ruth had one. Were you live on the farm, Ruth? Kind of. Okay.
But burnt wood.
And it was this kind of saw, huh? So Art said someone would come in with a saw like this and
Yeah.
work with them.
A lot of them had the saw on front of the tractor too.
So this, I don't think, this isn't one that you brought, is it?
No,
This
that's,
is a really big one here too, with the big mouth thing on the left. What is this?
that's the international one-row corn picker.
And it would just do one row at a time, it looks like. And what would propel this? Would it be on the back of a,
No, you hook the tractor to it.
it would be in front of the tractor, I
You
assume?
tractor, you put a wagon behind it.
Huh, so that would take, I assume, a lot longer than today's combine harvesters?
Considerably.
A little bit,
But a lot faster than shocking and stretching.
yeah.
Shredding, I mean.
And what year does this represent?
That would probably be 50s.
50s? Okay. And this one's really massive too. This one's probably over 3 feet long. You can kind of see, is it Duncan's feet there? So imagine as an adult, it's even bigger. Okay, so what is this one here?
That's the International Solid Filler. I got the Gale Solid Filler sitting over there.
And what does it do exactly?
You cut corn for fill solid. There's some use hay too, but the both of these for corn. Just sit a chopper going out in the field and do it. You brought the corn to the cell.
Got it. That's it right there, huh? In the middle of the silo thing there.
That one right here.
Do you have any, those little miniature corns you eat for hors d'oeuvres? So, how did you build this one piece at a time, or did you envision this whole thing working together? Or?
I made the solid filler first. Then I found out about the Gale made a tractor, and I made a tractor to run it. And later made a solid for it.
Duncan, you saw that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we might have to run that one again. That was awesome. Okay.
I saw that too.
Next up, this one says Gale Brothers on the side.
That's the Gale manure spreader.
Would that, and what year would that have been from? About?
That would probably be late 30s, 40s.
Okay. Tractor drawn or horse
Horse.
Horse drawn.
Gale brothers from the West Bend.
Oh, from Wisconsin.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, in fact, that tractor, Gale made a tractor there one time. I was about 13 in 1915 and 16.
Have you made a Gale tractor reproduction? Oh, that's it right there. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, there it is. These were randomly placed in there. Was it common for tractors to have that big barrel for the back wheel? That's something I've never seen in any of my toys, which are actually in the back of the room right now.
There are a few other companies made them that way.
Okay. I guess traction would be your advantage, or?
Not necessarily, a lot of them did try a little everything.
Okay. And let's see here. This one, you definitely pulled me aside to show me. To me, it looks like a tank almost.
Oh, that's the steam engine, the case steam engine.
And when would that have been from?
Probably 30s.
Okay. And where did you find the real life one of this to study?
At the steam engine show, I made your one. I didn't go buy one of them.
So when people see you coming, you have like a ruler out, you have the paper, and you just, oh, here we go. Oh,
Well, a lot of stuff is.
Yeah, that was welded,
Oh,
right?
everything is welded together.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
We just make a jig to it.
we're still putting out the, that's a lot of smokes, isn't it?
I didn't know how many it was, I don't remember right now. I did count the real one.
That took you a while, I'm guessing.
Mm.
And what is this guy right here? This is more classic lean tractor, I recognize.
That, no, not the case, I don't remember what model that was. Oh, tractor.
Okay. This is another-
That's the Gale South.
Over there, same one, yep. And this is David Bradley on the side. That's a brand I've not heard of.
It's Dave Bradley, they made a lot of stuff for Sears years ago.
Okay.
But they call that a weeder, more like a drag to a certain degree.
So you would drag this between the rows of?
No, you right down over the corn with it even.
And it was for weeding?
Mm-hmm.
And somehow that wouldn't destroy the...
Okay, they use the drag corn too, but just up a little bit
Oh,
without doing it.
oh, cool.
Or they use rotary hoses there too.
Now this one, I'm partial to Farmall because we have a restored
Oh.
Farmall traffic, or tractor
Yeah.
where I work. And
That, just the model of a H, that is, but that hooked up to that international corn picker I had.
this is an H model?
An H, Farmall H.
Is that the one you used to drive? Yeah, my dad drove an H, your uncle, or you drove one of these, I'm sure. Yeah, and M's as well. What's this guy here with the two tanks on it?
That's the corn planter.
Corn plant? So would water go in the tanks and, or the corn seeds go in there?
Just
with it?
corn.
Okay. I was thinking of the planters where you have the tank with the water that would give you shots of water when you plant them.
Sitting up there with the horses.
What was up there? Okay.
That was a different brand though.
So what's this guy here?
Don't break.
What's a dump brake do?
Break hay.
It breaks.
They put hay in a bunch, You did it right, you could put it in a rim road, but you gotta be good at it.
Okay. And this one looks older. The wheels make me think older. What year would this one have been from?
And that would go back to the 20s, later than that even someone would be, depending on how model they were.
Ruth, you had one? Jen Light.
Yes, our family had one of those. We didn't have a tractor, we just pulled it with a Ford car.
Oh.
Did that car get stuck a lot? Wow. Okay, I think we've seen that one already. Okay, this is the last one, and I don't know if you guys have seen the Mad Max movies. Probably not this crowd, but this looks like something that you would see in a Mad Max movie. What is going on in the front of this tractor?
Like the two-row mounted corn picker, Oliver.
Is it what?
Oliver two-row mounted corn picker.
Oh, those are corn pickers on the front. Okay.
Front, rounded, back of it, all over it.
That is the meanest looking tractor I've ever seen. And what year would this represent?
50s, 60s.
50s, 60s? Oh, let's see. I think that is the end of them. I guess what we'll do next is we can all come over and look at these, and Tom. Well, actually, do you want to talk about any of these specifically while you still have the mic? Oh yeah, please. Ruth has a question.
You've done many different kinds of tractors, right? How many would you say of the various manufacturers?
How many different manufacturers?
Yeah. I'm just
Yeah, no.
I'm just picking out
Yeah, no,
tractors.
the brand names, I know there were 20 because sometimes when they measure steam and gas, the picture of a shop they made, and they all have one piece of one brand.
Mhm.
So they vary on that, but a lot of them I got 10 or 20 of it, one brand.
Right, just tractors.
Well, I don't make tractors, I don't make very many tractors. I make the implements to go with the tractors. I made a few tractors, but
I see.
implements, but
Okay, okay.
because some of the tractors are, the kids' pellet tractors are modified. Some I started from scratch.
Okay, and then on the other instruments, do you make different manufacturers?
A lot of different manufacturers.
So
Like some of
it's
them,
non-ending.
it could be 9, and you go to some books, there's thousands of them. That something didn't last very long, but trying to make something. Or a different part of the country, they were more popular, but not everywhere.
Well, I was thinking, actually, while you have the mic, you want to walk over and just tell us what each of these is? Some of these look pretty amazing over here.
This is a Gale full-time chopper with a corn head on it. I got one about like it with hay head on it, PTO drive. The first one, even the apron moves. And the hay mower that lay it down, it's footprint wheels that'll work.
What's the one over there with the horses on it?
That's a corn planter.
Oh, that's what we saw up on the screen.
That was a different brand, but I thought it was the same one, but it was a different brand. But,
And then is that a Fuller and Johnson? What's that thing with the big barrel on it there?
transplanter,
Transplanter.
or they call it tobacco planter before they had the finger type. All they did was cut a slot and you dropped the plant in.
And that barrel was for the water.
For
that
water.
was there. Okay. Great.
And that plow, it was pouring down the plow.
Well, I guess before we all come up to look at it, does anyone have any other questions or? Yeah, please.
Back in the 30s and 40s, did every farmer have to have all of these machines?
Not all of it, but it varied. Back,
Did they share machines?
the main machine they shared would have been the stretch machine, the shredder, stuff like that. Sometimes the whole community owned it, or sometimes one family owned it and they charged so much to push them. And it went by crew. Everybody,
That's a lot of stuff they have to own.
oh yes, no comparison to nowadays. But, no, but.
And air conditioning.
And a lot more expensive. At the time, this stuff wasn't cheap either.
Other questions for Tom before we all come up and we get to play with the toys? Well, I think we'll just adjourn the meeting now. I guess I need someone I propose we adjourn the meeting before we come up and play. Anyone want a second? I will second. All those in favor? Aye. Any against? Nay? I really want to say, first before we come here, thank you to Tom, because this was definitely, he had to pull the truck up and load everything. It was not easy to show these off, and it was very, I learned a ton. I'm going to watch Andy's video later to learn even more from it. But thank you for bringing these, and we really appreciate it.